Round one.
Round one.
Yeah.
So this is Johnny, and
Voice.
basically we connected in a hostel because of our friend Mira,
Yeah.
and in some way we connected as well because in our thinking, because we're talking about esoteric knowledge, right?
Yes.
And you also had the book you're reading at.
Yes, the book I'm reading is called Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, and it's about secret societies passing down knowledge.
Yeah.
Passing down.
I just make it closer so the volume, the
Yeah.
sound, they can hear it.
What do I do now? Start again?
You said about the book that you were listening at.
Yeah, so
watching.
the book I'm reading at the moment is The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, and it's about esoteric knowledge that's been passed down through secret societies. Notable figures like Pythagoras, who were initiated into this information. They were taught this information by people that already had it, that had passed it down, and then from there they had their own schools, and they spread their information. And yeah, it just talks about who they taught, what they taught their students, and it just follows chronologically.
So
sort of
basically,
up to present day.
what is their teaching? What they are trying to pass down in a generation?
Well, most of it's hidden still, so you don't really know it, but you know the symbolic ways they were doing their ceremonies, and it breaks down the symbolism of specific figures that are used in iconography, like statues that were in major cities, and why there was a woman with a dress, like a white dress, holding I think it's corn, because it was like Virgo, which is like the fruiting of Virgo, it's the Virgin, maybe not, but it's the fruiting of planted crops. You know what I mean? Like, so the knowledge of agriculture is what I was trying to say.
So basically,
so they're holding corn and they're holding other things, and it's the symbolism of that. It's
yeah,
hidden.
yeah. I mean, just the symbolism of how we try to survive, like hunting or gathering or planting. That's what you meant, that they put it in the carved paintings in Egypt, right? So, and somewhat it is also just a reminder for us, like where we started, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a reminder that someone gave that knowledge. Someone gave the knowledge to people.
Yeah.
It was gifted. All the stories are of the gods gifting it to them, gifting them the knowledge.
Yeah.
Who were the gods?
I was thinking as well, because we've become adapting to the AI generation now with the high tech everything, but we should remember where our roots from, like where we came from, like hunting fishes, hunting animals, or growing our plants, our fruits.
Yeah, growing our foods and growing our medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
More importantly, like every pharmaceutical drug.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say every. I don't know that for a fact, but most of them are derived from plants.
Yeah.
So why are we not just using the plants?
Yeah.
Like we used to.
Yeah. It's
Because
unique, no? In all of Asia, this place right here is the only place that is legal with cannabis.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? Why do you think that Thailand has a very progressive think about, especially that they were very strict before, right? They were really strict before as well.
They were very strict, and I think the fact that they're so liberal is evident with the fact that there's a ladyboy culture here that's been here for a long time. You know?
Ladyboy culture.
Yeah, it's a very unique thing to hear.
Yeah.
And that's very liberal.
Yes.
To allow that openly. So
That
I think
could
it's
be
the natural progression of liberalism.
There's a lot of
allowing people freedom.
factors that could influence the whole country, right? But I think as well, because I've heard the history of Thailand, they never got what do you call this? Conquered by other countries, and usually America is the one like trying to lead the regulation for everyone.
Yeah.
That's why our laws in the Philippines were basically like trying to follow the laws of American laws.
Yeah, it's not good because you look at the way the country is right now, and it's very unstable on the inside.
Yeah, in America.
Yeah, but the other countries have been emulating that. But I mean, if you go into that, you don't know whether these countries are emulating that because they think it's the right thing to do, or they're being told to do that. And there's a lot of money exchanging hands, aid money that gets distributed to other countries. Why they why do you need to send like 4 billion in aid to
Yeah.
countries? You know what?
It's war money, you know.
Yeah, of course.
They-
And it's going in
they-
people's back pockets for specific agendas.
They already know about war money. They understand that, and they're earning from it still. So why did you start on becoming interested? When did you start becoming interested about like very deep philosophical um, knowledge?
I wish I could say that I'd always been into it because I would know more about it now. But it was quite recently, probably the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And it didn't start very deep. It was more just curiosity about things that are unexplained, and that's definitely come from my dad. Who's interested in that. He's got a lot of books about ancient civilizations and things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's interested in that. So he's sort of, I guess he's established that interest in me as well.
Yeah.
We're very similar in that regard. So yeah, but probably 4 years ago, seriously started diving into mysticism, energy, human energy, what people are capable of, that is fact, like it's provable. And obviously, you know, when you go down the rabbit hole, you start hearing a lot of things from different sources that can't be verified, like statistically or fact, like with a scientific test. So people say they're pseudoscience, but I don't think they are. Like one thing that is scientifically provable is like our visual spectrum is like 0.003 or something of the whole spectrum. So we're seeing not even 0.1% of all the things that are there, and that's been proven. You know, with things like ultraviolet light rays, where you can pick up other frequencies.
We cannot see it.
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's there, and particular animals have the capacity to see it.
Yeah, like owls, right? They can see for a kilometer away, like insect.
Yeah, so you know, just from that little small fact that's provable, why would you just discard things that you can't see or you can't feel? Why would you just say no, it's not real?
Yeah, because
it's very
basically
ignorant.
before we were just trying to science it out, right? Like we try to measure it, but basically
And
energy.
Of course, we're going to, because that's such a like
Tangible.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. A tangible thing to hold on to. I have proved this, and the study is easily replicated. That's what we like, and I understand that. But some things we don't have the capacity to test them yet.
Yeah.
We don't have the instruments yet. But we didn't, you know, fucking 200 years ago, we didn't have the capacity to do nearly anything we're doing now. But we do it now. So I think it's a very ignorant position to just poo-poo it.
Yeah.
And like for example, like no, this DMT realm that you see on your trip, or if you are not obviously a high dose any psychedelics, these realms that you're experiencing, it's not real. What do you mean by it's not real? Like I've seen it, I've experienced it. So how is that not real? Is a dream not real?
Yeah.
The dream's real.
Yeah.
I experienced it.
And
So-
basically, what you see in the high dose of DMT and what I see in DMT, like what they say, like you're going to those realms, is basically it's the same. So in technicality, we encounter the same archetype.
Yeah.
So it's not just random as well.
Yes.
And somewhat there is really like an entity or a synchronous energy that you encounter when you're there. Like they said,
Is
the
this-
clown. I forgot the name. It's
The
like
jester.
like the jester. Yeah, jester archetype.
Yeah. I've not dived too deep into archetypes.
Yeah.
But I know that was like Carl Jung.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah,
big
he
on
was very
the
much into the
collective unconscious.
archetype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that jester always pops out also in my journey in my life, because basically what I recognize as jester is like he's like in between the light and the dark. So he's like not biased. It's like a bit of a balance as well.
Yeah.
And you see him like a bit of like archetype of the fool, where he's like in the tip of the mountain, and he's like trying to balance it out. So basically, he's a bit of a risk taker, but at the same time, he's the one trying to push society to change, to break down, because the only way to to have a new world is to break down the old
Yeah.
patterns, and so basically it's a hard um, um, move, but at the same time that's when you see the Jester archetype as he tries to, you know, balance
Yeah.
that world.
But I
Factor.
understand that. I understand that from the sense of like just trying to balance your emotions day to day. Sometimes I'm buzzing, I have very good energy, I'm happy,
Yeah.
and then certain specific things can happen,
Oh.
and it affects me.
Mm.
And then I'm now dealing with that. I'm focused on
Yeah.
that, and it is just a matter of focused attention.
Yeah.
Where's my attention?
Yeah.
If I really try and I sit there and I get positive and I get grateful, I want to be thankful for thankful that I woke up today. It's a new day. I get a chance to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
And you keep just being thankful and really feeling it, and just keep
Yeah.
trying to get yourself in that mindset of
Yeah.
how do I feel when I'm grateful?
Yeah.
How do I feel when I'm happy? How do I feel when I'm healthy?
Yeah.
Feel it, and the scales tip back towards that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me talk about the Jester archetype. Basically, Jester archetype is like Joker, right?
Yeah.
So it's comedic, it's humor. So basically, because our life has become too much serious, especially when we get old, it's the Jester archetype is the one breaking out the humor. That's why in they said that in history, when there's a king, there's a jester,
Yeah.
and the jester is the one giving advice to the king, but at the same time, you know, the king tries to not be somewhat affected, because somewhat what the jester says is somewhat the truth, but at the same time it will hurt
Yeah.
the ego of the king.
Yes, but that's why he's the only person who's allowed to say it. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's putting it in a comedic.
Yeah, in a comedic way.
framework to be like, this is information you need to hear. It's not easy to be said to you.
To accept.
So I'm going to say it as part of this joke, but you
Yeah.
need to think about it. And
So
I'm
yeah.
sure he did think about it.
Yeah.
It's funny,
That's-
but he's like, yeah, you know what, you're right.
That's really what I felt like the energy of this archetype,
Yeah.
the jester and the joker. That's why in the movie, right, in Batman, if the Dark Knight, something like basically Batman is the one who wants to keep everything in order, you know. That's why it's police. And in the opposite side of that, there is Joker, who wants to shake society, because you feel like, I don't know, I didn't really study about it, but
No,
it's
I
basically he didn't accept society and he wanted to make a new
Completely changed it.
change in it. But basically what happened is he made it in a negative side. He transformed it. He tried to
He projected.
he manifested more of like
We're back, folks.
yeah, we're back.
Small technical issue.
Yeah.
Tilt it back a little bit. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. He's projecting his inner feelings though onto the world, because he's distressed. He's heavily distressed. And
Yeah.
because he's the one trying to influence the world. He's projecting that distress.
Yeah, he's
Onto the world.
projecting the negative energy. Well, actually, that's actually the story of like other like Hitler. You know, we thought as a hero, but at the same time, he was also like a curse for other people.
Yeah, that's it. That's
For
very
him-
true. Some
for
people
him,
view
he-
him as
yeah.
a hero.
For him as well, probably.
Yeah.
For him as a Hitler himself, he thinks that he's really contributing to his bubble, but at the
Yeah.
same time he's trying to segregate out which he thinks that doesn't belong to him. So
Yeah.
basically that's ego, you know, trying to think what's ours and trying to think who's not ours or what's
Yeah.
not ours. So
Or just not caring about anyone else's.
separation.
When in reality,
We are all one.
everything's one. Yeah.
Everything is one.
Every single thing,
And-
like what we're sitting on right now, this fucking
Yeah.
rock. It's all composed of atoms.
Yeah.
The water composed of atoms. The air.
There's a song of Bob Marley, right? The song, the title "War." He said that not unless the people recognize that the color of the skin is just the same as the color of our pupils, there still be war, because that's what happened before. You know, we try to segregate people just by the color of the skin.
Yeah, but I don't. I feel like I don't feel I don't perceive reality that way at all. I don't want to segregate anyone. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're all equal.
I mean,
I
me
meet
too.
people from all cultures that I vibe with. It's about the character of the person. It absolutely is.
Yeah, we probably we have changed that. That's why
Yeah, I
we're
think
not
this generation
we're
is
not
much
anymore manifesting those kinds of experience anymore
Yeah.
because we've changed. But basically, if we want to learn about our past as well, so we don't continue it,
Yeah, of
we
course.
talk about it, and at least we learn psychologically. Because we're still human, it could still happen to us. It could still happen, the inner Hitler in us, and it's about understanding that what have they done before that doesn't work anymore now. The segregation, those kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but like you say, the inner Hitler. Everyone has capacity for that sort of evil.
That's why Carl Jung is always talking about the shadow side, right?
Yeah.
Because basically we all have our shadow side. Some people say that shadow side is basically our um, our our identity that we try to is subconscious, repress. So it's basically like they're saying that you need to face your shadow. I think that's why before.
How do you do it? How do you do it? What do you have to do?
I think it's
address
just
the issue. Say yes, this is a problem I have.
Basically, because when I take very high dose, when I take high doses of mushroom, I get like ego death. So basically, I always experience that kind of experience where I feel like I'm already losing all my consciousness, and
You're
then
not connected to
and
this
then
physical body anymore.
no, not basically like that. I think that it's just that the shroom is helping me to detach from all the belief that I have. Basically, who am I? Who's my parent? Who's my age? What's my name? So there's a time where you got like that kind of ego death, and then you release. So basically, it's still a teaching of you trying to let go of yourself, your identity, because what will happen next in our generation. We can just try to collect our things, our physical things, but at the same time, we cannot bring this to the next lifetime. So that's the teaching of the mushroom. Like basically, it's like teaching you to let go of all those kinds of belief before, and you can try to change it for you're a new person. Basically, that's why Bashar is teaching every second. Basically, you can change your emotion, your energy per every second. That's how fast it is. Sometimes we just delay it because it's up to you.
Yeah,
but basically, it's up to you. The fact that it's up to you, you can change it. Depends on how you feel, the rate of the changes.
But a lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to change their state of mind. They feel like under too much stress.
There's a lot of time needed for change.
Yeah.
But I don't know, in my 27 years of existence, every day there's a lot of emotions. So you can say that if you feel crappy now, you just need to accept. I'm not saying deny it, but you just need to accept. But at the same time, because you accept it, you're no longer resistant to that emotion. I think the thing that makes it much more stressful is because when we're trying to fight, we're repressing the emotion. Maybe I think it's more of because we think that other people will judge us. Oh, why you're not having fun, like that kind of stuff, right? And I think being yourself is very crucial.
It is. And not worrying about what people think is very crucial. But it's difficult. It's very difficult because all our lives we've been exposed to other people's opinions.
Yeah, because we've
shaped our lives.
Well, we're humans, no? We're mamas. So basically, when we're starting growing up, we're breastfed when we're starting up. So we crave, we need someone who take care of us. Not like fishes when they get out of the egg, they're already starting to grab their own food. Us, we need someone to protect us for this couple of months. So basically, as mamas, we are genetically wired to try to be accepted. So we try to conform to those beliefs of our parents and their generations and our society around us, our school, our classmates. And I understand that because we've been in those kinds of situations where we go to school, we try to socialize. Basically, we've been there to socialize, and it's hard really to. That's why I think this journey of ours, like we're in the age of 18 going up, these people are already trying to seek their own freedom. And I think this is a very powerful time for this age, because we are now starting to build our own business, and then because we can sustain ourselves, we don't longer need to be in the rat race. We don't longer need to to follow anyone's rules. It depends if you can really build your kind of system where you don't need to be in a pyramid,
Yeah.
you know. Um, yeah.
Or you have a small pyramid of your own, and you're in control.
Oh, you can, or you're just the one who,
Yeah.
yeah. Even you're a small time business owner, but you're the one on top, so you control your time. So it's a very different kind of energy, and I've been in those kinds of experience where I tried to work as a work in my family, in my business, and at the same time I've tried also working in other companies like call center for a couple of months. But yeah, I just tried for it because you're just a newbie, you never really started with anything yet. So, but as much as possible, the goal is try to, as much as possible, get away from it as fast as possible. Earn so you can get away from it.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
And then sustain being away from it.
Yeah.
However you do that, you can travel and work. But I didn't understand the fact that it's so easy to teach English. If you know English well,
Yeah.
it's very easy to teach English in Asia, and
Yeah,
get-
they're looking there
get good
a
money.
lot of market for it. They're
And that's
looking a lot of teachers for it.
and that's a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Obviously it comes with its own challenges, but it's just an example of possibilities. Once you are out of that system where you live, and you're it's very oppressive when you've been there your whole life.
Well,
Feels like you're in
basically,
a box.
yeah. Well,
I had to
basically,
leave
yeah.
the country. I had to.
You're saying there's a lot of choices, right? So
Yeah.
basically, there's a lot of choices. It's about you creating your story on how you make your life more easy. So, like what I said, I had a vlog last time where I talked about 2 manifestations that I did. The first one was that I did the one that I had a bar where I drawed it before, and then after 2-3 months I had made a bar and manifested it for a couple of years, earned from it. And then I really had fun because I was vibing with it. I was the owner, so I was all in control with my life. And then the second one, just last year, was when I wanted to manifest freedom. I wanted to be in nature. I wanted to have a good relationship, but it lasted for just 7 months. But I manifested all that in 1 year as well. And then I live in a very nice surfing island. And then, tourists coming there for vacation, but I live there for vacation.
What was the method in which you manifested?
That's why I say it was just state of mind. I was just trying to imagine every time freedom. So basically, there was images in my mind like beach, or nature, or having a relationship, a very loving relationship. But you cannot really grasp it everything in your mind, because mind is just mind. So you need to let go as well and follow your intuition, your excitement. So once you have that imagination will give you inspiration. So that inspiration, like basically, if you see a very hot chick there, that's inspiration. You take action. Once you take action, it depends if she likes you or not. Depends as well on how the vibe is.
Yeah, you'll notice very fun.
But
very
basically,
quickly. It's the conversation flowing straight away.
Yeah.
If it isn't,
then
it's not
change.
really gonna. Yeah, it's
But
not really
basically, if that girl, you saw that and then you had that inspiration, but you had fear in it, the universe will basically like act like, oh, I gave you already a sign. You didn't take action, so why will I give you more perspective if you're not gonna take action on that perspective?
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. And I feel like it's not like you only get one chance. It will give you the chance again.
Yeah, it will give
But
you more, but
if you keep
it
getting
will
stuck on
lessen,
it,
and
yeah.
it will just stop. You're delaying it because of
Yeah.
the fear, right?
Yeah, action is crucial. Just take positive action, and you have a positive mindset, and focused attention on a goal. Then I don't see how you can't succeed. It
Yeah.
lines up when you take the positive with the mindset
Yeah.
and the feeling of success and the feeling of freedom, the feeling of just harmony within your life. You have that in you. You feel that every day. Every day you feel that. You focus. You feel it. and you start taking positive action towards it, start researching a passion of yours.
Yeah.
What steps do I need to do to make this a business? Keep going, it all lines up. Opportunities line up with you.
Yeah. We're talking about synchronicity, right?
Yes.
Not just time, but as well just people popping out, you
Yes.
know,
The right
meaning
people.
the right people, because you've been also following that passion. So people will also, you know, connect to you, will find a way to find you.
Yeah.
The right people will find you, right? I mean, even negative, there would be probably experience still that you would probably meet someone that you feel like, oh, I don't want to be really connected with this person. But it's also a teaching. Maybe that's
It
that's
is.
the opposite of you. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what you're suppressing. That's why you don't wanna.
But
I'm not saying you need to be friends with that,
Yeah.
right? It's just a perspective.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's still a perspective.
Well, you
There's
have to
still a
take that
negative energy.
understanding. What's the energy? What is it about this person that is making me feel that way?
Yeah, that's the learning. That's why you need to ask.
Yeah, and then you understand that, and then you say, okay, right, that's another thing I don't want in a partner, in a friend, in whatever. So you just know, know. If you see this thing, you already know that you don't fuck with it.
Yeah. So basically, even we become more positive in our life, no, there's still a chance for you to still face those kinds of challenges. You know, life is still a story of challenge. You know, and trying to break through from those challenges, right?
And the challenges really shape the person you are.
Yeah.
How did you handle the challenge?
Yeah.
If you shy away from it, it's a snowball effect, just the same way it is if you don't shy away from it. The momentum carries you either direction. If you shy away, you're gonna be more negative, less open to change and risks. And if you take positive action and it succeeds, you keep taking positive action. It's not going to succeed necessarily every time, but that momentum carries you through, and it keeps you thinking. Well, you understand what it is to succeed in a certain aspect. You know the vibration of success, so it's easy to put your mind there.
Yeah.
Like for a long time after I had an MMA fight, I knew the intense feeling of being ready to hurt someone, being in the back, about to go out or walking out, getting in the mindset of being focused and ready to inflict pain. So I'll be putting myself in that situation, in that mindset, just driving or something. I'll just put myself there just to feel it again. And that's not a positive feeling. That's not a positive feeling.
Yeah. Because why? You're thinking of hurting someone?
Yeah, because you have very highly focused aggression, and you need to have it in that scenario.
Oh yeah,
but I know
good.
that I don't like that. I know that I don't want to feel that. It's good to know you're capable of it.
Yeah.
But I stopped myself. I stopped putting my mind there.
Yeah.
Like I was getting myself hyped up just to.
Well, I think it's good to be hyped
It's
up.
a powerful feeling.
Calm, assertive, I think should be the energy.
Yeah, it's it, but that's not what the energy was.
No, it was much more of like chaos. Like chaos, yeah. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah. But like just the way you can do that, you can put yourself in a negative mindset. Listen to negative songs, negative vibrations that affect the way you feel.
Yeah.
Or you can do the opposite. You can positively impact your vibration. I'd like to assume that everyone who's watching this has felt happy once, at least once. Put yourself there. Put yourself to the happiest you've ever felt. Really think about every detail of the scenario and how it made you feel, why it made you feel like that. Do that every day, and you're going to start to be more happy just throughout your life. Because you're changing your vibration.
Yeah.
You get yourself into the routine of being in a happy vibration. Success. When did you feel successful? How did it feel? Why did it feel like that? Put yourself there every day. The more you do it in a day, the better. Because the more you're actively in that vibration, the more you attract things of that vibration. Success, freedom, happiness, wealth,
abundance.
How does it feel when you've just been paid? You've just been paid. You got your paycheck, or maybe it's your birthday. You've been given cash. And you put that cash in your wallet, and you're walking around and you've got a fucking fat cash stack in your wallet, or money in the bank. Feel that. You know how it feels. Feel that. Feel it. Just try and put yourself there, and you'll attract more of it.
Well, I think you still need the inspiration, because
Of
we still had the experience, feeling that money, but trying to feel it, but where there's no action, you're still gonna gonna burn it all out. So it's really about also having the inspiration of it, and then take action. What's the next thing, and the next thing.
Yes. And they will flow into place. You'll do one thing, and it will naturally lead you to the next thing.
Yeah.
And it will naturally lead you to the next thing. And if you're being positive about it, you're gonna meet the right people at the right time. Like, I've met so many people on this trip, and it's like, wow, I needed to meet you for a very particular reason, and I see the reason.
It opens perspective.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the thing, right?
Perspective on what's possible.
Yeah, because every person, you can see into them like, oh, this is what I wanted to do, right? Like something like that, like, oh, and then it's possible. So seeing to them is really a very, very magical feeling, when the person is already doing the thing that you love. It's not a envy kind of feeling, but more of like a motivational kind of experience.
Yes, completely. You understand. Oh, there's possibility to.
And it's
make
up
a
to you
business
as
out of
well.
this.
If you're really motivated into you, or you're just maybe you're very negative in your life, that you feel like it's a challenge for you to see that, and I understand that as well. But you really need to be very positive.
And I'd say just start small. Just think about one time you were happy, really intensely. Just focus on that. Do it again. Try to do it twice a day.
Yeah.
Just to start with. Just get it in. Repetitive feeling. And really, I can't emphasize enough. Feel it. You have to feel it.
You have to feel it. You cannot manifest it if you cannot feel it. That's true. You cannot manifest it if you cannot feel it. Feelings, energy, emotion is first than manifestation.
Yes.
Right?
Focused energy. Where are you focusing your energy? And that's what you'll manifest.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice podcast, bro.
Yeah.
This 32
Thank you
minutes
very
already,
much
and
for
it's getting
watching
dark.
and listening.
Yeah.
It was like I say, first podcast.
It's
for
our
me.
first podcast,
podcast
but we had a
together.
very long conversation.
We did have a
Really
long
nice.
conversation, but I just hope it flows well. I think at the start it probably didn't, but
It's a
getting
good.
used to it.
It's a good